The line when the land and sky seems to meet. वह रेखा जब जमीन और आसमान मिलते हुए प्रतीत होते हैं. Horizon, क्षितिज. The line when the land and sky seems to meet is known as horizon, क्षितिज. The conference takes place once in 3 years. 3 साल में एक बार होने वाला सम्मेलन. Triennial, त्रैवार्षिक. The conference takes place once in 3 years is known as triennial, त्रैवार्षिक. The height of an object above sea level. समुद्र तल से किसी वस्तु की ऊंचाई. Altitude, समुद्र तल से उच्च स्थान. The height of an object above sea level is known as altitude, समुद्र तल से उच्च स्थान. To renounce a high position of authority or control, अधिकार या नियंत्रण के उच्च पद का त्याग करना. Abdicate, पद त्याग करना. To renounce a high position of authority or control is known as abdicate. A person who sells meat, ऐसा व्यक्ति जो मांस बेचता हो. Butcher, कसाई. A person who sells meat is known as butcher, कसाई. A person who sells medicines, वह व्यक्ति जो दवाइयाँ बेचता हो. Chemist. A person who sells medicines is known as chemist. A person who makes and repairs locks, ऐसा व्यक्ति जो ताले का मरम्मत या ताला बनाता हो. Locksmith, ताला बनाने वाला. A person who makes and repairs locks is known as locksmith, ताला बनाने वाला. A person who receives and entertains guests, एक व्यक्ति जो मेहमान का स्वागत करता हो. Host, मेजबान. A person who receives and entertains guests is known as host, मेजबान. A person who makes or repairs shoes etc. एक व्यक्ति जो जूते बनाता है या मरम्मत करता हो. Cobbler, मोची. A person who makes or repairs shoes etc. is known as cobbler, मोची. A person who practices magic, एक व्यक्ति जो जादू दिखाता है. Magician, जादूगर. A person who practices magic is known as magician, जादूगर. A person who makes ornaments of gold, ऐसा व्यक्ति जो सोने का आभूषण बनाता हो. Goldsmith, सुनार. A person who makes ornaments of gold is known as goldsmith, सुनार. A person who looks after a garden, वह व्यक्ति जो बगीचे की देखभाल करता है. Gardener, माली. A person who looks after a garden is known as gardener, माली. One who teaches art of dancing, वह जो नृत्य की कला सिखाता हो. Choreographer. One who teaches art of dancing is known as choreographer. A tank where fish or water plants are kept. A tank जिसमें मछली या पानी के पौधे रखे जाते हैं. Aquarium, जल कुंड. A tank where fish or water plants are kept is known as aquarium, जल कुंड. Study of insects, कीटों का अध्ययन. Entomology, कीट विज्ञान. Study of insects, कीटों का अध्ययन is known as entomology, कीट विज्ञान. Fear of water, पानी का भय. Hydrophobia, पानी का डर. Fear of water is known as hydrophobia, पानी का डर. Study of flying aeroplanes, वायुयानों का उड़ाने का अध्ययन. Aviation, विमानन. Study of flying aeroplanes is known as aviation, विमानन. Study of living things, सजीवों का अध्ययन. Biology, जीव विज्ञान. Study of living things is known as biology, जीव विज्ञान. Art related to ornate good handwriting, अच्छी हस्तलेखन से संबंधित कला. Calligraphy, सुलेख कला. Art related to ornate or good handwritings is known as calligraphy, सुलेख कला. The science of time order, समय चक्र का अध्ययन. Chronology, घटनाक्रम. The science of time order is known as chronology, घटनाक्रम. One who is a bootlicker, flatterer, ऐसा व्यक्ति जो चाटुकार हो, चापलूस हो. Sycophant, चापलूस. One who is a bootlicker, flatterer. Sycophant, चापलूस. One who has been interested in food and drinks. ऐसा व्यक्ति जो खाने पीने में काफी रुचि रखता हो. Gourmet, पेटू. One who has been interested in food and drinks is known as gourmet, पेटू. One who is not sure about God's existence. वह व्यक्ति जिसे ईश्वर के अस्तित्व पर यकीन नहीं है. Agnostic, अनिश्वरवादी. One who is not sure about God's existence is known as agnostic, अनिश्वरवादी. A person who looks at the bright side of things. ऐसा व्यक्ति जो चीजों के उज्जवल पक्ष को देखता हो. Optimist, आशावादी. A person who looks at the bright side of things is known as optimist, आशावादी. One who is out to destroy the government. वह जो सरकार को गिराने पर उतारू हो. Anarchist, अराजक तत्व. One who is out to destroy the government is known as anarchist, अराजक तत्व. A small village or a group of houses. एक छोटा सा गांव या घरों का समूह. Hamlet, कस्बा. A small village or a group of houses is known as hamlet, कस्बा. Any new participant in some activity. किसी भी गतिविधि में कोई नया भागीदार. Neophyte, नौसिखिया. Any new participant in some activity is known as neophyte, नौसिखिया. Evening prayer in church. गिरजाघर में शाम की प्रार्थना. Vespers. Evening prayer in a church is known as vespers. A person who makes houses with brick and stones. वह व्यक्ति जो ईंटों और पत्थरों से घर बनाता हो. Mason, राजमिस्त्री. A person who makes houses with bricks and stones is known as mason, राजमिस्त्री. A doctor who treats tooth disease. एक चिकित्सक जो दांतों के रोगों का इलाज करता हो. Dentist, दंत चिकित्सक. A doctor who treats tooth disease is known as dentist, दंत चिकित्सक. An artist who works to make idols etc. वह कलाकार जो मूर्तियां आदि बनाने का कार्य करता हो. Sculpture, मूर्तिकार. An artist who works to make idols etc. is known as sculpture, मूर्तिकार. That can't be easily approached. जहां तक आसानी से नहीं पहुंचा जा सके. Inaccessible, दुर्गम में. That can't be easily approached is known as inaccessible, दुर्गम में. One who feeds on human flesh. वह जो मानव मांस खाता है. Cannibal, नरभक्षी. One who feeds on human flesh is known as cannibal, नरभक्षी. A person coming to a foreign land to settle. दूसरे देश में आकर बसने वाला व्यक्ति. Immigrant, अप्रवासी. A person coming to a foreign land to settle is known as immigrant, अप्रवासी. A group of 3 persons sharing power. सत्ता साझा करने वाले 3 लोगों का एक समूह. Triumvirate, 3 व्यक्तियों का राज. A group of 3 persons sharing power is known as triumvirate, 3 व्यक्तियों का राज. An official numbering of the population. जनसंख्या की एक आधिकारिक अंकन. Census, जनगणना. An official numbering of the population is known as census, जनगणना. Extreme physical or mental sufferings. अत्यधिक शारीरिक या मानसिक पीड़ा. Agony, यातना. Extreme physical or mental suffering is known as agony, यातना. A place for storage of arms and ammunition is known as arsenal, शस्त्रागार. A place for storage of arms and ammunition. हथियारों और गोला बारूद के भंडारण के लिए एक जगह. आर्सेनल, शस्त्रागार. A building where animals are butchered. वह जगह जहां पशुओं का वध किया जाता है. Abattoir, कसाई खाना. A building where animals are butchered is known as abattoir, कसाई खाना. A large gathering of people of a particular type. एक विशेष प्रकार के लोगों का एक बड़ा समूह. Bevy, झुंड. A large gathering of people of a particular type is known as bevy, झुंड. A person who deliberately sets fire to a building. वह व्यक्ति जो जानबूझकर किसी भवन में आग लगा देता है. Arsonist, आगजनी करने वाला. A person who deliberately sets fire to a building is known as arsonist, आगजनी करने वाला. One who makes an official examination of accounts, वह जो खातों की आधिकारिक जांच करता है. Auditor, लेखा परीक्षक. One who makes an official examination of accounts is known as auditor, लेखा परीक्षक. A person who is trained to travel in a spacecraft, वह व्यक्ति जिसे अंतरिक्ष यान में यात्रा करने के लिए प्रशिक्षित किया जाता है. Astronaut, अंतरिक्ष यात्री. A person who is trained to travel in a spacecraft is known as astronaut, अंतरिक्ष यात्री. One who runs away from justice, वह जो न्याय से दूर भागता हो. Fugitive, भगोड़ा. One who runs away from justice is known as fugitive, भगोड़ा. One who sneers at the beliefs of others, वह जो दूसरों की आस्था का उपहास करता हो. सैनिक, निंदक. One who sneers at the beliefs of others is known as सैनिक, निंदक. A piece of enclosed land planted with fruit trees, फलों से लदा हुआ एक बगीचा. Orchard, फल वाटिका. A piece of enclosed land planted with fruit trees is known as orchard, फल वाटिका. A public room or building where gambling is done, एक सार्वजनिक कमरा या भवन जहां जुआ खेला जाता है. Casino. A public room or building where gambling is done is known as casino. Making marks that can't be removed, ऐसा निशान जिसे हटाया नहीं जा सकता. Indelible, omit. Making marks that can't be removed is known as indelible, omit. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos.